Assalamu alaikum. I'm here to talk about some of the wonderful things that BHA organized for their students last month. In honor of National Kindness Day, BHA had a week where students could dress up as a different theme every day. Monday was Superhero Day. Tuesday was wear your favorite sparkly shirt or shiny shirt. Wednesday was Sports Day, wear your favorite jersey. Thursday was wear your best outfit. And Friday was wear your favorite abaya or thobe. In addition to that, they also shared ways to be kind every single day. This way, BHA spread the message of being kind in a fun way. Some examples of this was holding the door for someone, helping your teachers, helping someone out, or giving charity, or even smiling, because those are all ways to spread a little bit of kindness into this world. BHA also had its annual fall book fair. They had a variety of books of all different genres, like action, horror, drama, kids books, playful books, and along with that, they had a bunch of little knickknacks. They had different types of pens, bookmarks, little toys. BHA wanted to encourage reading for their students and wanted to spread the message of knowledge is power. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Freya Chaudhry. Recently, we just had our IBPYP Fall Community Night, where dozens of families joined us in the gym where we had a bunch of fun things for the students to do, like face painting, henna, sack races, and much more, as well as food and snacks for everyone. Near the end, they had a little competition for the parents too, where 8 dads and 8 moms competed in a game of cakewalk, where if they were the last one standing, they got to take home any cake of their choice. Overall, it was an extremely fun night where so many people got to gather together and have fun.
Assalamu alaikum. This is my friend Sara Adi, and she won, mashallah, tabarakallah, she won the Arabic competition for reading.
So we would like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Of course.
So after you gave the competition, how did you feel?
I was satisfied with myself because I knew I put in all my effort and that's all that matters, and I was like, whatever happens, happens, because Sayyidina Ali radiallahu anhu said, either live in the moment of happiness even if you don't attain something, or the beautiful thing about it is just living that moment, and if you actually attain it, then that means you live the happiness. So either way, just be happy.
So when they first announced that you won, what was your feeling? How did you feel?
I was honestly so happy, and I couldn't stop myself from crying. But because when you see all your effort just come into place, it's just something else. Because when you try something, it's like, oh, no, I already know that. It's like, oh well. You don't feel the work, the effort you put in is just something else. And when my friends were there for me and celebrated with me, it was also something else. So, alhamdulillah, it was amazing.
So, I believe that you received your medal from the king of UAE himself. Mm-hmm. So, how did you feel when you received that medal from him personally?
Right. So when you see the amount of people coming and that person with such authority, you're like, well, okay, how is it like in the hereafter? Because remember, you're going to be standing in front of people from the beginning of Earth. You're talking about, right now we're 8 billion people, so can you imagine how many people were from the beginning of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam? So it gives you motivation to try for not only this life, but also the hereafter.
Since you went there for as a prize, what places did they take you?
They take us to many places. They took us to his library, Sheikh Muhammad bin Rashid Al Maktoum. They took us to the place called Motion Gate. It's like they have characters from movies. I got to take pictures of Shrek and Fiona, but it was awesome. And there was the Global Village.
What's your favorite place out of all those?
Out of all those places, I have to say the Global Village, and especially what country? It was Syria, because to me, firstly, I'm Syrian, and to me, You know, everyone loves their country, and it's just something else when the closest that you've been to your country is through a screen. So when I got to see, you know, Syria and the people from there and like how our culture is, how our traditions are, it was just amazing. It's like I felt like I belonged somewhere for once.
Building off of that, is there like any special story that you wanted to tell us, like something really special?
Okay, there's this kid, and he was like 11 years old. He was from, he was also Syrian, but we were all representing different countries. He was representing Greece, and it really touched my heart with the thing that he said. He got second place. So he said that he's happy either way, which is something that people are like, oh my god, I didn't get first place. He was happy because he said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he said, ata'uhu ata' wa man'uhu ata'. You guys know what that means? Can you guess or no? His giving is a blessing, and him stopping us from getting something is also a blessing. Why? Because there can be some harm that you don't know.
Yeah.
There's that knowledge Allah has that we don't know.
That's why they say you should always say Alhamdulillah for
On everything.
On everything.
Right, because there's hikmah, there's knowledge that you may not know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows, because He's Al-Hakim, Al-Alim.
What encouraged you to participate in these competitions? Because I know like a lot of people, they're either like really busy or they just don't feel like doing it. So what made you participate in it?
So unfortunately, we have people who are from certain places and they're insecure of their identity. So you have people who are Arab but aren't Arab by identity because they don't speak Arabic, they don't want to be identified as Arabs, they're just, you know, they just want to blend in and assimilate, I guess. So because Arabic, it's the language of the Quran, and just like when you buy something, you know, when you get a guide, like when you buy something, it's to use it to the best of abilities. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down the Quran for us to guide us throughout our life and to live life the fullest. So how can we understand the Quran and act upon the Quran if we don't know the language?
You know, what I love is that like when we're reading like in Quran class, when we're reading the Quran, like you were telling me some of the meanings, and I was like finding that it's so cool that you are able to do that. Like I'm reading it and I don't understand it. Like I can like pick out a few words, but knowing the meaning is like really, I find it such a big blessing.
And it makes you like read the Quran even more because you're so interested in what they're trying to say. Lastly, what would you say to people who are going to participate in this competition in the future?
Right, so in general, my advice is to anyone, not just the people who participated in the competition, is to never, ever, ever let go of your identity, because your identity identifies you. And the best thing to do in a place that may be, like for example, I'm Syrian, you're Pakistani, you're Indian, don't ever let go of your identity, and at the same time, don't get a hold of it too much. Add on to both things. Never let go, rather add on to what you have. That's one thing that unfortunately doesn't exist and we should do. And then my advice to people who are participating in the Arabic reading competition is to participate, because Arabic, like I said, has many importances, being the language of the Quran. So participate, read, because also reading is an important factor, because our fitra, your our instinct is to be curious, and to feed that instinct and make sure we have the right fitra, we read. And by reading, we feed that fitra. And to grow aspects of our character and to develop into the person we are, it's best to read, because reading, like, it grows your character and way of thinking from many ways, from being creative to being educated. So always read and stay curious.
So, did anything like funny or memorable happen?
Oh, okay. So it was the last night, right? We didn't know it was the last night, but we were like packing our bags and everything. And then we're like, okay, the people that came from the US, pack your bags, you're leaving. The car's waiting downstairs, you're leaving. Like, huh? What?
Oh, you weren't ready?
Yeah, we're like, no, there's probably tomorrow. And they're like, the car is downstairs, you better go now. So we were like, oh my god, we're like packing here and there. My mom was like in a different hotel, I was in a different hotel, and we're like, oh my god. So we gathered everything, and alhamdulillah we made it in time.